With gas prices soaring close to and in some cases past $5 a gallon across California, millions are looking for a cheaper and perhaps greener way to get where they want to go. The current pressure petroleum prices are putting on family budgets may be helping to advance a goal Governor Newsom has for the state by 2035. No more sales of new gas cars. Here to talk about the practical side of making that happen and how the recent COP26 climate conference is factoring into California's plans is Deputy Director of Zero Emission Vehicle Infrastructure at the state's GoBiz office, Tyson Eckerly. Welcome to Fox 40 News at 11.
Great, thanks for having me.
Definitely. So with the high prices everybody is facing at the pump right now, we know that zero emission cars are better for the environment, but will they be better for drivers' budgets?
In a lot of ways, yes. So I think, especially for people who are able to charge at home, it's a lot cheaper to charge up your car and then drive it at home. And we're also working on putting in public infrastructure to have affordable options there, both for plug-in charging and hydrogen fueling vehicles. There's a lot of rebates that the state offers if customers want to go to electricforall.org. It stacks all the incentives out there to help people get into these zero emission vehicles and really help our environment and do things that are better for their wallet.
And just to make sure everybody's clear, these are cars that have no smog-related emissions, could include something like what you said, hydrogen. And what is it like right now around California for someone who has like a hydrogen car? As of last month, we've surpassed, 1 million of those folks who bought those kind of vehicles?
Yeah, exactly. So we've had 1 million cars, zero emission cars sold in California since about 2010. There's really three varieties. There's battery electric, which is like your Tesla Model 3 or Nissan Leaf or Ford Mach-E. There's the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, which is like the Toyota Mirai or a Hyundai Nexo. And then you have a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which has a battery and then also gasoline to range extend. And so if you're a hydrogen driver, there's about 52 stations in the state that are open. We have a pathway to get to 200. And if you plug in, we have 76,000 charge points in the state that are available to drivers.
That sounds like a lot. Does that really mean if you had a hydrogen vehicle, you can go from top to bottom, side to side of California and actually make it? Or do you really very specifically have to plot out where you're going?
You do have to be strategic about where you're going. So the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle has about a 350 to 400 mile range. So we have a station in Coalinga, for example, that connects Northern California with Southern California. So you can go to most places in California today, and that network will be expanding. And the same is true for battery electric vehicles. We have new chargers coming online every day to make it easier for drivers to get to where they want to go.
Wow, that's good news for folks that have already invested in this and people who are thinking about doing it. Now, what kind of incentives or other programs is the state working on to build up that infrastructure?
So build up the infrastructure, we have a lot of utility investment going in. We have private companies. The California Energy Commission has a robust incentive structure that Governor Newsom and the legislature just agreed on the California Comeback Plan. So we have $3.9 billion going into zero emission vehicles and zero emission infrastructure over the next 3 years. And so what that means, we're trying to fill out the gap and get to our 2025 targets, which is 250,000 chargers and 200 hydrogen stations available to the public by 2025. And that should enable us to get to our 1.5 million zero emission vehicle target and expand into 2030 and then ultimately to 2035, where we need to have 100% of new car sales being zero emission.
And as part of COP26, the huge climate conference we've been reporting on, now the state has a partnership with the Netherlands to work on zero emission vehicle infrastructure. Why the Netherlands, and what does this kind of partnership signal to the rest of the world? I mean, California is the 5th largest economy in the world.
Yeah, the only way we get to where we need to go is through partnership. We have to learn from each other. We have to collaborate. The Netherlands has done a great job of investing in infrastructure and making it easy for their consumers to charge around. So we have a lot to learn from them. We also, have a big relationship in terms of, sharing lessons learned. Tesla, for example, set up shop in the Netherlands. They've exported a bunch of vehicles there. And it's not just the Netherlands, it's a whole international arrangement. We have the whole International Zero Emission Vehicle Alliance, which has the Netherlands as California, but has other jurisdictions like Germany and the UK, all working together to help advance the market. Because a success here and a success there is good for everybody, especially from a climate perspective.
All righty, Tyson, thank you so much for coming in to share about this zero emission vehicle push and infrastructure and all the ways people might be able to see themselves as part of this transition in the state. We appreciate you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Definitely.